and welcome back to Advice with Craig, where my dating and life experiences can help you. Thank you for joining me. Today I want to talk about things to talk about on a first date. I know that there are people out there that get so worked up about going on a first date. They're so nervous about things that they should talk about, things they shouldn't talk about, or they think, what happens if we run out of things to talk about? We're going to sit there in awkward silence and just stare at each other. First of all, that's not going to happen. Second, you're meeting somebody new for the first time, so there are so many different things that you can talk about with this new person. You're getting to know a new friend. Stop thinking about it as, oh, this might be the person I might spend the rest of my life with. Don't think of it that way. That's a lot of pressure if you think of it that way. Just think of it as, I'm meeting somebody new, and this could turn into a nice friendship. I want to get to know this person, so I'm just going to ask them questions to get to know them better. So take the pressure off yourself and stop thinking so long term. But if you are somebody that is truly worried about things to talk about, one thing that you can always talk about that really makes the conversation flow is music. People love to talk about music. They love to talk about what music they like, and they love talking about going to concerts. So if you can get on that subject, boom, the conversation's just going to flow from there. Because again, people love to talk about their favorite music or their best concert going experiences they've ever had. And it's a shared experience because pretty much everybody's been to a concert. So we know what it's like when somebody gets excited and starts talking about, my favorite concert was this because of these reasons, boom, 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 because of the band that they were, they got to finally see their favorite band, or the people that they were with, or the day that they went to that concert, whatever it may be, we all understand that shared experience. So if you can start talking about music or concerts or musicals, plays, whatever it may be, people just love to talk about that. So if you're ever worried about, oh, I don't like where this conversation is going. Why did we get on politics? Why did we get on religion? I got to, steer this conversation in a different direction. Simply ask, what's the best concert you've ever been to? And you will see them absolutely light up because it's definitely going to be a subject that they love to talk about. For me, I absolutely love to talk about my favorite concerts. This back in 2024, probably the best year of concerts I've ever been to. And I've been to a lot of concerts before, but just the number of different concerts I went to, I was like, wow, that's the greatest year I've ever had. And one of the best concerts I saw was a local one it's Interlochen Performing Arts. I saw 311 there. And it was a great concert. I've seen them before, but they played in, I believe it was in July. The weather was amazing. The temperature was amazing. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't cold. The band was amazing. I have brought that up before, being on a date with somebody local, and they were there too. So we had that in common. So it was great to, talk about that. And we're just like, oh, we were both there at the same time. That's a pretty cool thing to talk about. Now, that 311 concert is not my all-time favorite concert. That would be Alkaline Trio, whom I did see in 2024 in September. And the reason that one is my all-time favorite concert is because I took my son to that concert. It's a band that we both absolutely love. I've loved Alkaline Trio since the late 90s. I've seen them before, but to be able to go and see them at the intersection in Grand Rapids with my son and have that experience together, I don't know if a concert's going to be able to top that experience. It was an amazing show. I absolutely love their new album that they put out. It was just great. And to have that time with him, boy, I just don't think that's going to be topped. But prior to that, my favorite concert was Smoking Popes. In 2018, I saw them at the Blind Pig down in Ann Arbor. If you've ever been to the Blind Pig, it's basically just a bar where they were like, I think we could set up a little stage over there and a band could play. It is a small, little, tiny place. And I saw Smoking Popes play there. Again, they are one of my all-time favorite bands. They've got their album Destination Failure is in my top 5 albums of all time. And in that concert, they played an anniversary show, so they played the whole album complete. and it was amazing. I met each member of the band. If you've ever been to the Blind Pig, again, it's super, super small. It's just this tiny little bar. But I was kind of standing over by their equipment and just watching the band perform. It was amazing. I was just like, I don't know if things could get any better than this. But being at a concert with my son, seeing Alkaline Trio, that one topped it for me. So, like right there, I probably just talked for 3 or 4 minutes about some of my favorite concerts that I've been to. So if you can bring this up on a date with somebody, the person you're talking to, they will see your enthusiasm and they will get excited and they will be engaged and they'll want to hear more. Now, remember, don't dominate the whole conversation where you're talking the whole time. Make sure that you ask them questions. Talk to them about their favorite concerts, musicals, music that they like. Let them talk. So the conversation flows back and forth, back and forth. Because sometimes when we do get excited about something, we just talk and talk and talk. You don't want to talk for 10, 15 minutes in a row and the other person's just kind of sitting there going, oh, this is fantastic. I don't get to, talk at all. So make sure you don't do that. But tell good stories, be enthusiastic, make them engaged in the conversation, but make sure that you're asking them questions as well. So just right there, I'm telling you, if you're ever struggling on a date to talk about something, talk about music. People love it. If you happen to be on a date with somebody and they're like, I don't like music, I don't like going to concerts, kind of sounds like you might be dating Angela from The Office. I've been watching a lot of The Office lately, so it made me think of that. But most people in general love to talk about things like that. Okay? So get on the subject, talking about music, talking about concerts. It's a great thing. Again, it's a shared experience. When you're able to talk about something that the other person has had experiences in, that's a great topic to talk about. So you can think of all the different things that you can bring up on a date, but I'm just using music and concerts as an example. If you're ever struggling to talk about something, remember, talk about music, talk about concerts, talk about musicals. I love musicals. My favorite musical is Phantom of the Opera, and I got to take my daughter to see that one. One of my greatest memories ever was seeing Phantom of the Opera and being there with my daughter. So a lot has to do with, who you're with, in those experiences can make, heighten those experiences even more. Now, I talk about going to concerts and they've been better and better and better because of the people I'm with. I do want to say, I will go to concerts by myself. If I am single and I'm not seeing anybody, but there's a band that I want to see, I will go by myself. And I want you to have the confidence in yourself to be able to go to a concert and see whoever you want by yourself. Do not think that people are staring at you saying, oh, look at that person all by themselves. Oh, how pathetic they must be. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's paying attention to you. Plus, once you get in there and you're watching this band that you really want to see and you love their music, nothing else matters, okay? So please do that. Take time and enjoy things like that for yourself, even if you're not with somebody. I want you to have the confidence in yourself to be able to go. I will say the worst part about it is when you're all in the line waiting to go into the venue. Yes, everybody seems to be paired up with somebody and you could be standing there by yourself. You can talk to the person in front of you or the people behind you, or you can just, hang out by yourself. That is the most awkward time that there is. Once you're inside, everybody's having a great time, whether you're on the floor waiting for the band to come out and you're up in the front row or you're in a seat somewhere. I am personally at the age where I will be happy to pay for a seat. I love going to 20 Monroe Live in Grand Rapids. It's one of my favorite places to see a concert. Grab a seat up in the mezzanine and watch a show. I'm good with that. I don't need to be in the front row anymore. I'm not a teenager. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that if you're single right now and you're like, I really want to go to shows, but I'm single, please change your attitude. I want you to go to concerts by yourself. Go and do things by yourself and enjoy things by yourself. I say this a lot in my videos. Do something special for yourself. Don't miss a concert just because you're single. All right, there you go. I hope you found this helpful. I just wanted to put this out there, something easy to talk about on a first date if you feel yourself struggling in any way. All right, thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Please share this out with anybody you think could benefit from this information. Please comment down below. I'd love to know your thoughts. What are some of the best concerts that you've ever been to? Let me know. I love to hear from you guys. Get some kind of engagement going. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye now.